Welcome back to part number 12 of my Imperator rune playthrough as Epirus. We have started our first war with Rome. We waited and built up quite a sizable navy as well as a cash reserve. Here we're running in the negative. Presently, this area is a problem. Once I secure it, we're going to be able to call up more mercs over here if needed. There are a couple of bruisers over in this area here. I think there's another one available here as well. So far we don't need them, but there are a few Romans about. It's not like there are a lot relative to our numbers, but I think they're stumbling their way back down here. I think there's going to be many more of them. This unit here, I had him here. I forgot that the crazed Roman gave me this one territory, and now all the food is gone, and this guy was sitting around there for no reason at all. Anyway, we're going to pick him up and bring him down towards Latium. We are force marching in here, and that's the size of it. This unit here has arrived. He has a fair amount. I'm going to assault right now. Let's do it. This is ominous here. Usually they will not engage unless they have more on the way. Luckily, we are highly augmented. I suspect we put him down really quick. The morale, yeah, we just obliterated that guy. We won an award, and yeah. And then this guy, let's see what happens here. We've done that. We'll take the stability. It's a nice Roman farmland here, not in the hills. And our 17, 17, 17, it was too much for him. All right, let's hop on board our navy and roll down here ASAP. We're going to continue our quest to dispatch these units immediately. We want to siege somewhere. Hopefully this one and this one. It worked. We're not feeling well here, but we'll not worry about it either. Let's head up here. We're very close to securing this area. I'm gonna head this merc back down. Deal with this this joker here. Looks like we're green here. This fat stack is gonna land in Buca, and we're headed up around this bend here as well. He's abandoned the siege. Good for me. It's an unfortunate situation for the Legion of Italia here, 16-8. He's, well, we'll see what happens. We're going to land. Force march right in here. Who gets there first? Let's see, 5, 7. We're going to have the terrain here on the hills. We're going to get there first. It's not going to be pretty for this guy. We've ambushed a 2K stack here. We beat this army here. Let's head over to Buca, and then we'll get on the boat and head up to this area to siege it. We'll just leave the southern aspect of the boot here, or heel or whatnot. Well, we have the heel, but we have arrived. We could set our phalanx, but he's bonused against the phalanx, and let's go bottleneck there and see what happens. It's ugly for him. Roma has fallen. Let's head, let's see, we'll go right here. I think that was only 36 we were taking. Well, we took our fair licks, but it looks as though we've defeated him handily. And we'll get on the boat again. These guys are shuffling about here. I don't know where the Roman went. We've got this unit out. We're going to force march up into this forest. He has terrain, but we have the numbers. I see. What do we have here? 46,000 light infantry just looking for a beating. I found these units. I think we can take any given one. This guy was bouncing around from one place to the next. I think he retreated via this road, so we lost the ability to attack him, so I went over here and we've caught this guy out. Let's see what goes on here. Oh, look at that. I was headed to this fort and we caught this guy. I have the fat stack forced marching up here. Let's get this guy on the boat. And I headed up towards Ancona. Looking like a victory here. Boom, we've done it. We just stack wiped this guy here. What is this? We lost him. Oh well. We have the fat stack on its way there. I think we just stack wiped somebody here. We got this guy. Let's go and take this provincial capital. We caught this guy out here as well. I think this light infantry levy outfit is headed for Rome. We're going to catch them. We've taken this area here. Let's head up to Ravenna. We have a stability event from our wonder. It's looking grim for these light infantrymen here. It's a slaughter. About 2.5 to 1 or thereabouts. Let's see where we can go. We'll go up here. Can we assault this? Probably not. We'll try anyway. Boom! We've done it! I think we can catch this guy out once he locks. This siege just fell. We have another conscripti here. Let's force march up here. Looks like this guy's a stack wipe waiting to happen. This guy's locked. We're ready. We're gonna get him. I think this war is winding down. It was oddly easier than I had imagined it would be. I don't know where all of his 280,000 troops went. Maybe I just didn't notice them like I did earlier in the game. I'm not sure, but well, maybe he has some in reserve up here mulling about. I don't know. Just stack wipe that whole army there. There's that unit headed here. We found another army here. Looks as though the Roman Navy, at least half of it, is headed back towards Italy, and I think that we should stack wipe this unit to close this bit out. We've taken this, and where is he headed? Looks like he's... We'll get him there as well. We stack wiped another unit here with our massive Merc stack. I'm going to get him on board the fleet. And going to head up towards this area, Ravenna. Let's see what goes on here. We've defeated one army here, but there's another on the way about to reinforce. Just did, but we have our, I believe, Taxus landing here. We've landed and are reinforcing. We've caught this army out here as well. There's another army showed up here. Another glorious victory. Who is this guy here? Merkman. Well, let's hold his ground. This battle is looking good. We dropped a siege here. We just stack wiped the last of these stragglers here. Getting ready to peace. I think we can do it. All we need to do is secure this area right here. We captured someone here. Uh-oh. We've done it. Let's see if we can come up with a decent peace agreement. First things first, we need to get this area dealt with so we don't have to deal with it again in the next war if there is one. Secondarily, perhaps we'll take Veneto, this area as well. Looks about as good a peace deal as I care to arrange. We're missing out on 4 war score, and what of it? I like the borders, so let's do it. 4,000 gold. I'll take it. I'll take it. I like gold. I'm gonna build another wonder, and just mull about. We have 80 aggressive expansion we need to burn down, as well as to see about the loyalties in these areas here. Positive, good for me. Well, I spend a massive chunk of my gold, of 4,000 or thereabouts. I'm evacuating these guys down to a food-friendly territory of former Sparta. Sort of mull about there, and while we lower the aggressive expansion, I moved quite a few pops out of this territory here, down in through these areas, and building marketplaces, aqueducts, theaters, various other things. About what's our legion count presently? Still going up, and our funding presently is really high. I'm going to burn down the AE and shuffle pops about and continue to build out the province or region of Illyria. So time has passed. I've been shuffling pops about, spending money. I sawed through all of my funding. I colonized a couple of provinces up here. You'll note here that Rome is in a civil war. I'm not sure whether this is from them trying to form a dictatorship. I was theorizing that I could have caused it, possibly by taking much of the power base from Italia and oversizing the power base in Magna Graecia, etc. He lost a couple of governorships as well. Paphlagonia and Greece. And then I went back and loaded an autosave and found I couldn't even figure out why it happened. All the governors were loyal, and it looks like it's been going on since at least the autosave at the beginning of this year. So I don't really know what to say about it, other than we happen to have a claim in Tarentum from the previous iteration of Rome, and I happen to have this large fleet and this fully booted up unit here. He is ready as shock action or skirmish, cavalry skirmish. I'll be back. It would seem as though the wiki is down due to some sort of maintenance operation. Well, not worry. Shock action worked the last time. It'll work this time as well. I'm going to sail right over here. We're going to land and take over Tarentum. We're going to send the other half of this fleet right here down to pick up this other army. I checked the Roman revolt, who I intend to declare on, and last I checked they have no navy, so I don't need to worry about admirals and such. Let's pick this army up, get him on board, and roll over right here and see if I can find his capital. Well, here we are, and there's no one about. Let's declare this war immediately. We're going to forced march on to that capital. It would seem that there doesn't seem to be anyone about. I think I can call up a levy here and see about grabbing this province as well. The occupation has been won here. Let's see what to do. To take the fleet around this, the bottom of the boot here and around here. Yep, that's what we'll do. And then we force march here. That looks like his capital is empty. Our levy has popped that. Let's stroll down here and see what can be done. I found the Romans' navy here, all 199 ships. he should be having an interesting time funding that 199 ship navy. This unit is headed down for the capital. I can't access this, but we are headed for this fort here to secure the rest of Campania here. Alright, let's forced march here. Move it out. Well, why not hire this merc? Can't answer that question, so we're gonna do it. Why not hire him is the question. There's no good answer. There's really no reason why we shouldn't hire this guy either. Other than he's a chariot man. Yeah. Well, there's no need for that. We'll not worry about it. I think these armies, this siege is going exceptionally well. This one started off at 0% here. And we're in no rush. We have quite a bit of aggressive expansion, and it's coming down at a fair clip, so we don't need to finish this war out anytime soon. This Lepontian here is taking our capital there, it would seem. We're going to see if we can force march up there and put it to him. Let's see. We probably want to siege down Lepontius. We'll get hire this guy. What's his story? He's not very good at what he does, but I suspect he'll be sufficient. Let's do it. You're victorious. Where is he going? I really don't know. We'll reoccupy that. Alright, enough is enough. I'm gonna assault that fort. Looks like the other siege has fallen as well. Let's go back to Pompeii and take to the sea. Looks as though we have, let's see, a merc here we hired, or he hired. We're going to catch him out, hopefully stack wipe him. We won this occupation. Let's go there. Let's take this army from Pompeii and head over right here. Looks like we won an award. Glorious victory, stack wipe that guy. We just dropped this siege. I'm going to take to a port here and maybe try to take a couple of these capitals here. If we can get the revolt off this island, then he won't inadvertently reoccupy this land here or there, or here especially. I'm going to assault this fort immediately. I think we just dropped that siege. Good for me. Let's head here. We've landed off Sardinia. Let's force march right there. We have a martial advance. Let's see if I think there are 4 in the bank now. We had a breakthrough. Let's see, we'll have one more shortly. If I had to do it again, would I take 1, 2, 3, and 4 for just the 5% or whatnot discipline? Probably not. I was thinking maybe getting closer to cohorts, which is not a bad idea. I'm just not sure that it's relevant for this particular playthrough. I was thinking more along the lines of trying to urbanize perhaps the entirety of Illyria over the course of the game. It's going to require quite a bit of importation of grain and such. To that end, I am thinking of maybe colonizing some more provinces. I've turned all of the slave promotion off for the entirety of the Roman territories I've taken, and we can put them to grain farming and fish farming and livestock and such. I'm thinking that it's possible, but I'm going to need a lot of PI for the creation of cities. So along those lines, I'll need to have 25% more. So I have this, should enable the Might of Majesty law. So I'm going to have to console or eyeball the legitimacy based on my taking of the law. I'll have to adjust my PI and stability down manually, as this is bugged here. Anyway, it's detailed in the playlist. You can't enact the law here unless you have scientific patronage. It shouldn't be there. It should be at this tech here, the Noble Envoys. So we should be able to pop that law right now, but can't because it's bugged. You note the plus 0.20 legitimacy is very nice, and noble happiness doesn't hurt either. Anyway, we'll take this as well, just because it's on the way to our 25% political influence bonus, and a +2 loyalty of characters is nice as well. We've landed here. We're going to take this capital province. I'm going to swing around this side here. Let's land here immediately. This merc, I'm going to send him up to take... That's not the merc, though. Let's see. We'll change his tactics. Send him to... Well, we'll send both. We'll send both up here to the Lepontian capital. We've done it. Let's take to the sea. Where are you going? I guess here is as good as anywhere, really. Let's do that. We've taken this area over here as well. Let's begin. We'll head here ASAP. Massilia. We've taken this area here. That's the capital province. I'm going to get on board this fleet and head over towards Massilia as well. Looks as though we'll reach Lucca with this merc. And I have as yet to see any sort of meaningful resistance from the Roman revolt. Rats, the Roman beat us there. We've been exiled. We have reached Massilia. There's no fort there. We should be able to take it easily. I'm going to buy this mercenary off and see if I can do it. I don't want to deal with turning around and going back. We've done it. I'll take this area over here. We've taken... there's nowhere for him to de-exile mercs, so I'm going to disband this merc here. And maybe I should just keep him on and not worry. We'll go over to this capital here and be happy. Actually, we can't do that, can we? We'll just disband him. I'm going to assault the Lebodian capital. We've dropped Massilia here. I think I'll get on board the fleet, ferry the army here. Take that, that, and that. We drop this occupation effort here. Let's see if we can take that guy out. We should be able to take him out readily. This army has de-exiled. Let's head to this provincial capital. I caught out, or at least found, these Roman revolt armies. Let's see if we can forced march into them. I think I've done it. I'm going to do some colonization. Take this province here, and maybe some couple of provinces over here. There was somebody that got beat in the battle somehow around here. I don't know what happened. Whatever it is, I'm pretty sure this merc can take care of it. I checked to see if I can peace out. Not quite as yet. We can take this part of Magna Graecia, but we don't quite have the war score for it. It looks like we just reached the threshold, and that looks like as... Well, actually, we don't really need this part here, do we? There's I could use a bit more territory. The war score modifiers are not torqued out quite as well as they could be. I wonder... That'll get us aggressive expansion impact as well as war score cost. It'll cost us 30% off of our... Let's do it. Let's do it. So we've lost 30% off of this, but it's still at 53%. So let's see what that cost us. 107 goes to... It was, well, whatever it was. Actually, we lost quite a bit, didn't we? Well, we'll live through it. Perhaps we'll make it back with extra territory that we can take here. Let's see. Let's see if we can take that and that. And that. We've done it. This was over the threshold for 102, so now it's down to 94. We can take this over. There's an even 100. We saved ourselves 10% off of the aggressive expansion as well. Let's close it out. Done it. When does our truce with Rome end? 581 of May, so about 2.5 years out. We have a stability event here for 6. We have reached these various, this area, we're in Sardinia, it's food positive. This remains to be seen still. We need to mull about here and let the aggressive expansion come down. Oh, look at that. It's a tiny little revolt. New cities popped up here. Need to populate it. And let's see. I think there's a city going. If not, there should be. We'll pop a city up here as well. Half an hour into this episode, I condensed the cohorts here. I'm going to merge them and then create 3 legions with the extra count that we have. We should be able to do it and still have them an effective fighting force. I was thinking on where to go next, but we really only have an aggressive expansion impact modifier for our high aggressive expansion at 50 of a 4.35%. So it's not really worth our while to carry on and conquer, as we're not hell-bent on conquering the entirety of the world. We just want our little piece of it to be the best that it can be here. The Illyrian province, I'm pretty sure I can urbanize every single territory there over the course of the rest of the game. And it sounds like a fun project. Should be challenging to keep it fed, but not really overly so. There are quite a few grain territories about that I've colonized. In fact, there are a great many. There are quite a few up here as well. And then there's these Roman areas with a very high civ value as well. And of course there's Sicily, which we can take over in this area eventually. And then there's a warm climate of Iberia. If I just set the whole lot to essentially disallow any sort of promotional activities, I think that I can just set them on the grain and feed the urbanized region of Illyria, the entire thing. With that having been said, let's take a look at what we have here. There's some troubles here, but not much. And we'll not really worry about it, as there's no... Some of it's negative, but not particularly so much so, and they'll convert and assimilate and such over time. I probably will end up moving some of these pops and such out down to these cities as well. Let's take a look at the culture as where it counts as where it's primary. I'm somewhat surprised that this has flipped. There's probably just not a lot of pops up there, so they've turned primary here. Hellenic all about. We make quite a bit of money, and good for me. 155 at present after the build out. I hope to see you in the next episode.